All right, guys, welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. It's been a hot minute. I've been out of town. I've had a couple of things going on, and so I have missed a few episodes. Apologize for that, but I'm excited to talk with you a little bit today and get some things rolling out here the 1st of September that I think you'll be super excited about. Today, what I want to do is I want to talk to you. Well, let me start out by asking you a question. Are you getting the results that you want in your life? Are you getting the results you want in your life? If not, why not? What is it you're looking for? How are you trying to go about it? Where are you spending your time right now? These are all great questions. And really what it boils down to this, there's been times in my life, cycles in my life, when I have not felt like I'm getting progress. Now, you might feel like you're not making progress. You might feel you're stuck, or you might feel like you're doing a lot of activities and you're making progress, but you're not ending up where it is you want to get to. And these are the times that it's really important that you step back a little and you ask yourself some really good questions. And so, if you're not making the progress that you want to make and that you're capable of making, which I believe you're all capable of making amazing progress, then the problem is probably in one of 5 different core areas. And you may have heard me talk about this in the past. One of my mentors, Robert Stuberg, used to have what he called the Pearl Constellation. The Pearl Constellation. This is an acronym, P-E-A-R-L. It's an acronym for 5 words, 5 areas of your life that you might want to step back and assess. So what I'm asking you to do this week is step back and assess these 5 key areas that I'm going to cover with you. These are areas that sometimes, when we feel stuck, we're overwhelmed. We don't know where to go, where to look, what's going wrong. Is it my activity? Is it my focus? Is it the opportunity? And the challenge most of us have is we start questioning everything we're doing rather than stepping back and looking at the situation. It's kind of like I've been, deep down, a lot of reading lately with Michael Singer and his book, The Untethered Soul, and living a life of surrender and those types of things. And it's really helped me to step back into this seat of consciousness and know that, you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, and you're not your experiences. We get so caught up in our emotions, or we get so caught up in our thoughts. We even get caught up in situations, right? Those are the 3 ways that we experience life. But you have to step back and realize that you aren't your thoughts, you are not your emotions, and you're not the experiences you're going through. And so what I'm asking you to do is step back and look at these 5 core areas that I'm going to kind of bring up. It's kind of a reminder. It's something for you to get a little direction to look at. And they make up this acronym PEARL, P-E-A-R-L. The first one is letter P. It's philosophy. Your philosophy is how you think. I've told you before that your thoughts control your life, but they don't control everything. Really, your thoughts come from, without going too far down a lot of detail here, your thoughts are coming, and your thoughts are sort of positioned by the philosophy you have, what you believe, your experiences. But you have to understand your philosophy in life is a lot like the sail on a sailboat. Sailors have been known to be able to sail directly into the wind. And the reason they can is because the set of your sail is what determines your direction, not the direction of the wind. Let me say that again. The wind blowing in your life is not going to determine the direction you're going if you set your sail the right way. Sometimes you can sail straight into the wind. And so your philosophy is a lot like the set of your sail. It doesn't matter, what the wind is doing, what the outside circumstances are doing. No matter what you have going in your life, your philosophy, the way you approach life, the way you approach your thoughts, the filter you have, are things happening to you, or are they happening for you? Are situations bad, or are they opportunities? You choose how to set your philosophy. So step back, ask yourself, what's your philosophy? How are you thinking? The second area is your emotions. The letter E, emotions. And that's how you feel. How do you feel right now? The world is constantly pushing you and pulling you and creating these feelings that sometimes you have control over, sometimes you don't. But if you don't feel like you're making progress, or you don't feel happy, or you don't feel like you are doing the things you want to do, then it's really important that you look at what your values are. Because your emotions are going to come from those 6 core human needs I've talked about with Tony Robbins. Your need for certainty, your need for uncertainty, your need for significance, your need for connection and love, your need for growth, and your need for contribution. Look at those needs that you have. Look at those values. What is important to you? Because they will determine how you feel, which are your emotions. So look at your philosophy, look at your emotions. Then the third area is look at your activity. Now, this is how you work. We've talked about how you think and how you feel. This is how you work. Are you working hard enough? And if you are you working on the right things? Because, you can't get enough of what you don't want. And so are you working on the right things? And my advice here would be, are you inside and working on your unique talent, which are the things that you're excellent at and also passionate about? You've got to be excellent and passionate in the lane that you're working in. Otherwise, your activity is not going to be as productive. So how do you work? What's your activity? The fourth area is your results. The letter R, results. This is how you measure. Okay, we've talked about your thoughts. We've talked about your feelings. We've talked about your activity. Now we're talking about your results. How are you measuring your results? Because life demands measurable progress. We need to know that we're making progress in our life. And sometimes it's important to realize that progress on a personal level can be just as fulfilling. But if you don't track your progress, if you don't actually measure your results, it's going to be very difficult for you to feel successful. And so sometimes when you're not making results in your financial area, you might be making results in your health or your relationships or your connections. But ultimately in life, Brendon Burchard has a good way of talking about measuring every day the core areas that you value. And so I would really recommend that you sit down and you look at, are you winning and losing in your mind, your body, your money, your business, your lifestyle, your relationships? Find the core areas that you value and put some type of measurement on that. So your results are very important. And then the final area, these are the areas that I recommend if you're not making the progress where you want to be in life right now. These are the areas to step back and look at. The last one is your lifestyle. This is how you live. So follow me here. We talked about your philosophy, which is how you think, your emotions, which is how you feel, your activity, which is how you work, your results, which is how you measure. And now we're talking about your lifestyle. This is how you live. This is what it's all about. I used to have a mentor tell me, back in the day, most people say, what do you want to do with your life? And he would always say, what do you want your life to be like? That's your lifestyle. You can be happy with how you live right now while you're pursuing your values, your goals. Blissful dissatisfaction, like Ed Milet would say. So learn to create a great life now with your present resources, because the chances are that you don't need more money to dramatically increase your satisfaction level in your life. And it's really funny, I've learned this over time, but if you can't be happy with what you have now, you're not going to be happy when you have more. I can give you example after example after example. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't times in your life where you have to really double down, right? Sometimes your lifestyle will lack a bit because you're focused on things that are super important. But there are aspects of your lifestyle that you can continue to maintain. So I want you to do me a favor this week. I want you to, if you're not making the progress you want, or you're not where you want to be, even if you're making progress, I want you to step back and look at this pearl constellation, this philosophy, emotions, your activities, your results, and your lifestyle, and ask yourself which areas you need to focus in on. Because one of those core areas, it's more than likely that if you're not making the progress you're capable of, it boils down to one of these 5 core areas. And these are the areas that I will periodically take a look at. So that's my message for today. I want you to really do me a favor and do everything you can to check out, step back, take a third-party look at this, and see where it is that you can benefit. And I'd love for you to hit me up. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to the podcast here so you don't get any episodes that you miss. We're going to be coming out with some amazing, cool things here in September with authority marketing and business, and I don't want you to miss anything. Also, I would love for you to hit me up and tell me what you're working on. Hit me up on Facebook or Instagram at the Daily Mastermind. And one last thing, it would mean the world to me if you would share this show. Share this episode so that if there's other people that could benefit from it, we can grow our community. I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean a lot to me. And I hope you're having an amazing week so far. If there's anything I can do for you, feel free to reach out, and I will talk with you soon. Have an amazing day.